This is the fifth class of photoelasticity. In the last class, we have discussed about the effect of stressed model in a plane polariscope and a circular polariscope. In this class, we start with the compensators. So before going to the compensator, why we require this compensators? Since in the photoelasticity, whatever the fringe pattern which you are going to obtain, that is the patterns which are used for to determine the stresses. So for to determine the stresses in a particular point, you require the compensation, means you require the fringe at that particular point. Okay, so that may be achieved by increasing the fringe numbers or decreasing the fringe numbers. So that can be achieved by some of the compensators. Okay, so that is the purpose of using the compensators. So if you want to determine the particular fringe value at the, we have to use the compensators. Okay, so in that we have three types of compensators. One is a Babinet-Soleil compensator, next one is Tardes type of compensator, and third one is Friedel type of compensator. So first we discuss about the Babinet-Soleil compensator. So this Babinet-Soleil compensator, it is one of the extra device which is going to be inserted in the polariscope. Okay, in the polariscope. So you can have this. There are two parts you can see. This is the one quartz plate, and this is the two quartz plates which are going to be cutted in the wedge shape. Okay, this is one wedge shape quartz plate, and this is also one of the other quartz plate. So and you can see the lines at this quartz plates is vertical, and you can also see there are the holes, which is also the optical axis. It's showing the optical axis. So these two whatever the lines, the axis of this quartz is vertical and axis of this quartz plates are horizontal. So these are orthogonal arrangement which are going to be made in here. Okay, so this quartz plate is stationary, there is no movement you can observe in here, but these two quartz plate, what happens, by use of this micrometer you can adjust the thickness, this T2 value. Okay, this T2 value can be adjusted by using this micrometer. If you rotate this micrometer, this quartz plate may move upward or may move downwards. So by that the T2 value get changes. Okay, this is T1 value and T2 value. Why it is required? So the T1 value is equal to T2 value. What happens? The whatever the light coming from here, it will not get any retardation at the end. Okay, so retardation is nothing but the two waves which are coming out of this whatever the quartz plate. It doesn't have any phase difference, means one wave is slower and one wave is faster. But what happens, if T1 is equal to T2, there is no retardation is going to you are going to find. But if T1 T2, it may be greater than or lesser than T2. If consider T1 is greater than T2, what happens, there may be a positive retardation is going to take place. If T1 is lesser than T2, there will be a negative retardation is takes place. So likewise this Babinet-Soleil compensator is going to work. So that is the purpose of working. What happens, the fringe pattern which you are going to get at the end. So if you require the fringe pattern with negative retardation, you have to set the T1 value is less than T2. If you want positive retardation, you have to increase the means you have to set the value T1 should be greater than T2. So like that you have to arrange this quartz plate. Okay, I just showing this exaggerated view, but in the whatever the photo polariscope, it will be in a an auxiliary device which is going to be mounted, and it will be not this much large, it will be a smaller in size. Okay, this is all about the Babinet-Soleil compensator. So this is all the explanation which is regarding that Babinet-Soleil compensator. So next we move on to the Tardes method of compensation. It is very important, Tardes method of compensation. Okay, you can see this diagram. Okay, it is a polariscope. You can see one source, polarizer which showing the axis in the vertical direction. This is the quadrewave plate, first quadrewave plate, which is at the angle of pi/4, and this is the model which is under the stress, and you can find the sigma 1 and sigma 2 are the stresses. And this is one more quadrewave plate, secondary quadrewave plate. It is also making 45 degree, So you can see there are two axes of this quadrupole plates. One is fast axis, one is slow axis. Similarly, in here the fast axis is here and slow axis is here. So this quadrupole plate is arranged with respect to one another. Okay. So next final is the analyzer. Okay. So you can see this is the circular polariscope setup. Only the change is you can see the analyzer is not in the horizontal direction. Actually, we always see polarizer and analyzers are orthogonal. Means if it is a polarizer perpendicular, analyzer is horizontal. So like that, but what happens in here, the angle you can see the analyzer is set to some angle. So this angle is nothing but it is going to be set to the particular angle of this principal stress. So if the angle which is going to be considered, it is set to the principal direction of stress. So then you can find the whatever the particular amount of compensation. So this is the Tardi's method of compensation. You can see here the Tardi's method of compensator is generally preferred over a Weber-Soliel method since no auxiliary equipment is required and the analyzer of a polariscope is aligned with the direction of principal stresses sigma 1. So how the sigma 1 is there, in that direction you are going to align that analyzer. At that point the interest and all the other elements of the polariscope are rotated related to the polarizer, so that standard dark field polariscope exists. Means with reference to the analyzer you have to rotate all other elements which are present in this polariscope and you have to get the extinction. Then the analyzer alone is rotated to obtain the extension. So the rotation of analyzer gives the fractional fringe order. So like that we are going to get the fractional fringe order whatever the thing which is considered for the compensation. So you can see this analyzer setup. Okay, this is the analyzer setup. What happens, it is initial, they are saying the initial and final value of analyzer. This is the axis of polarizer, this is the axis of analyzer initially. Okay, and these are the two light elements which are coming out of the quadrupole plate. This is E3L and this is E4L. These are the light vectors which are coming out of the second quadrupole plate. So this second quadrupole plate is going to be giving some light vectors. So for to get the extinction, what we had to make, we had to shift this A angle. This A is there in this direction, we had to shift to some gamma angle. Okay, so at that point you are going to get extinction. So that extinction results in dark fringe patterns and that patterns are considered for the stress measurement. As shown in figure above, here theta is equal to minus pi by 4 and the light vector emerging out of from the second quadrupole becomes, there are the equations for the E3L and E4L you are going to get. This theta is equal to minus pi by 4 is nothing but the minus 45 degree you are going to consider in here. Okay, so this is the thing you have to consider in here. Just a minute. Okay, we will discuss about this E3L. So E3L is the equation actually as in the last class I have discussed about the circular polariscope. In that format you are going to get E3L value. So the same equation is copied here, that is minus of a by root 2 sine omega t plus delta minus of pi by 4 cos minus of pi by 4 minus cos omega t minus pi by 4 into sine minus of pi by 4. So the same equation you are going to consider by considering the minus pi by 4 angle in here. Okay, that is the thing you are going to consider for the variation of that whatever the value which you are going to get from the circular polariscope. And if you simplify this, you are going to get the equation as minus a by 2 sine omega t plus delta minus pi by 4 plus cos omega t minus pi by 4. So that is the equation you are going to get in here. Okay. So next we see this. Next E4 is also 4L is also considered from the equation a by root 2 minus sine omega t minus pi by 4 cos minus pi by 4 plus cos omega t plus delta minus pi by 4 sine minus pi by 4. So this is the equation is also taken from the earlier derivation of circular polariscope, and you are going to simplify and you are going to get this equation a by 2 minus of sine omega t minus pi by 4 minus of cos omega t plus delta minus pi by 4. Okay, so let gamma Now what happens, this is the actual values you are going to get in the diagram, in the whatever the analyzer. Now let gamma be the angle through which the analyzer should be rotated to obtain the extinction. Now what we do, you can see in this diagram the analyzer in this direction, we are going to rotate this analyzer to the gamma angle. Okay, so what happens, so when it is rotated to the gamma angle, you have to rotate that gamma angle because to obtain the extinction, means you have to rotate the analyzer till it get extinction. So then you have to consider that as a gamma angle. Okay, that is Et is equal to 0. So Et is equal to, you have to get the extinction by equation by E4L cos pi by 4 minus gamma minus of E3L cos pi by 4 plus gamma. These equations you have to remember. And see here, E4L is obtained at here, and E3 is also you have simplified in here. Okay, you have to take those both equations and you have to substitute, and you will get this simplified form of this equation, that is minus a by 2 sin omega t minus pi by 4 plus cos omega t plus delta minus pi by 4 cos pi by 4 minus gamma plus of a by 2 sin omega t plus delta minus pi by 4 plus cos omega t minus pi by 4 cos pi by 4 plus gamma. So like that the equation is going to be changes, and you will get the final equation of the AT. It is equal to a sin omega t plus delta by 2 sin delta by 2 minus gamma is equal to 0. So if you are failed to remember this equation, you can remember this final equation. It's very important. This is Et is equal to a sin omega t plus delta by 2 sin delta by 2 minus gamma is equal to 0. This is the extinction equation. Means whatever the analyzer is shifted to gamma angle, you have to remember this equation, and this equation is considered. So if you want to make extinction, what are the things you have to consider? So you can see the delta by 2 minus gamma, this term, if it is equal to 0, then whole term is equal to 0, then you can achieve the extinction. Similarly, if you consider delta by 2 minus gamma is equal to n pi or some n values, you substitute here, you are also going to get this delta by 2 is equal to n pi plus gamma. Okay, in this equation if you consider. If you want to make another extension, if this term, if it is equal to 0, you are going to get the extinction. So in the both way you are going to get the extinction in here. Okay, if the analyzer is rotated in the opposite direction, then n is equal to n plus 1 minus gamma by pi. Means if analyzer, this is the fringe value, if you rotate in a positive direction, you will get this equation. If you rotate in negative direction, it will be in this equation. So this will be considered for the analysis. Means if you want to determine the stresses, you have to consider these terms, if it is rotated in positive direction or in negative direction. This is all about TARDIS. Next we move on to the Friedel's method of compensation. So in here also there is no auxiliary equipment is required. In here, by removing one of the quadrupole plate, you are going to consider this as a compensator. This is also one of the simple setup of polariscope. In here also it is a circular polariscope. This is the polarizer. Generally in the circular polariscope we will find one quadrupole plate, but in here there is no quadrupole plate, so that is one missing quadrupole plate. So that is the important change. And this is the model which is having some stress values. This is the second quadrupole plate, and this is the analyzer. Okay, so in here we are going to remove one quadrupole plate. That is the first thing we are going to consider. You can see step followed in doing Friedel's method. One is remove the first quadrupole plate. The first quadrupole plate is removed. Rotate the polarizer and analyzer so that their axis makes the angle of 45 degree with the principal directions in the model at the point of interest. Means you have to rotate the polarizer and analyzer such that it should make 45 degree inclination with the principal directions. Means sigma 1, sigma 2 in some direction. Whatever the polarizer and analyzer axis should be maintained 45 degree with respect to them. Okay, rotate the second quadrupole wave plate until one axis is parallel to the axis of polarizer. So in here you have to rotate the second quadrupole plate till you have to reach axis is parallel to the axis of polarizer. Means you have to rotate this quadrupole plate. What happens, till its axis will coincide with the polarizer. So you can see is P is equal to AB. This is the axis. you have to reach there. Rotate the analyzer until the extension is obtained at the point. Next, what you have to do, you have to rotate this analyzer. You can see the gamma angle in here, so you have to rotate the analyzer till it reach the A dash, means where the extension is going to appear, then you have to stop the rotation of the analyzer. So like that you are going to get the calibration in the Friedle's method. These are some of the equations you have to consider in here. The light vector emerging out of the polarizer, this is the A cos omega t, and since the polarizer is set to 45 degree to the axis of principal direction in the model, hence the entering model, the light vector is resolved into two components. So what happens, the entering light is going to be split into two components, is A1e and A2e. A1 is equal to A cos 45, you know the value of A. You can substitute here, A is equal to A cos omega t, and cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Similarly, A2e is turned into this equation, A cos omega t 1 by root 2. The model introduces a phase difference of delta. Means what happens, once the light is entering from the polarizer to the model, after that you can get some phase difference. Okay, phase difference is going to occur. So therefore, on leaving the model, the components of light vector becomes, when the light is leaving the model, it will be A1L and A2L. So A1L is cos omega t plus delta. Delta represents the phase difference. We have to add in here, and A by root 2. Similarly, A2L is, you can see A2L is equal to cos omega t A by root 2. So next, the fast axis of quadrupole plate is 90 degree to the polarizer. Hence, the entering the quadrupole plate, the component become at the initial stage, the quadrupole plate is set to 90 degree to the polarizing axis. It is this type of you are going to get AE is equal to A1L cos 45, A2L minus A2L cos 45, and you are going to substitute the values in here, that is A1L and A2L, and you are going to get the equation as A by 2 cos omega t plus delta minus cos omega t. Similarly, AB is equal to A1L cos 45 plus A2L cos 45. So you are going to get one more equation as ABE. So these are the two equations we are obtaining in here. On leaving the quadrupole plate introduces the phase difference of pi by 2. So first it will be when it is enters the model, it will have the delta phase difference, but when it leaves the quadrupole plate, it again get the phase difference of pi by 2. Hence, on leaving the quadrupole plate, the light vector becomes AAL is equal to A by 2 in the flower bracket cos omega t plus delta plus pi by 2 minus of cos omega t plus delta and pi by 2, close the flower bracket. Similarly, if you simplify this, you are going to get AAL A by 2 minus sin omega t plus delta plus sin omega t, and ABL is equal to A by, similarly you have to simplify, and A by 2 cos omega t plus delta cos omega t. So you are going to get the values. The analyzer is rotated through the angle gamma. Now the analyzer work, you have to rotate the analyzer to the angle gamma to obtain the extinction. Okay, the point of interest, the light transmitted through the analyzer. So then what is the light transmitted? AAL cos gamma minus ABL sin gamma. You have to substitute AAL and ABL. It is some of the bigger equation you are going to get. You have to substitute all the things, and whatever the transmitted light is in here, it will be taken as AT, and it will be minus of A by 2 cos omega t plus delta by 2 sin delta by t cos gamma plus 2 cos omega t plus delta by 2 cos delta by 2 sin gamma. When intensity is of light is 0, if you consider this is 0, then what is it? I is equal to A square sin delta by 2 cos gamma plus cos delta by 2 sin gamma whole square is equal to 0. So what happens, you have to find when the equation is going to be 0. So what you have to do, you have to take this equation and you make it 0, and you can see sin delta by 2 plus gamma is equal to 0 is also considered for the extinction. So delta by 2 gamma plus gamma is equal to n pi, and n is equal to 0, 1, 2. Means if you put a 0, 1, 2 in the value of n in here, you will get the extinction. So that is the thing which will be considered. So this is the equation. If you don't remember the whatever the equation, this you can remember this one for the Friedle's method. This equation is important, and from this equation you have to carry out this whatever the work, and you have to show that how the extinction is going to be considered. Thank you. These three methods are very important for the in considering the exam point of view. Many times they have asked, so don't neglect it. Try to understand the concept and try to write understand, and you have to correctly write in the exams. So this photoelasticity is mainly depending upon the concepts. You have to concentrate on the correct concept and you have to elaborate that concept to get the better marks. Okay, good luck students. Bye.